Welcome to my Days of Our Lives official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. EJ runs new Jude DNA test starts to think Nicole right from the beginning? Days of Our Lives uncover that EJ DiMera could be the one to find Sloan Peterson Brady's intricate trickiness. There may before long be valid justifications for EJ to dig further and reveal reality with regards to Jude Brady. First of all, Sloan could get on EJ's terrible side now that she's recording a protest and attempting to get him taken out from Tate Dark's case. It could send off a few antagonism and pass on EJ only sitting tight for a valuable chance to strike back. Since Nicole DiMera is wanting to have Jude's dedicating gathering and reconcile with Sloan, it's likely going to bring more strain, all things being equal. On the off chance that a significant battle breaks out among Sloan and Nicole at the party, EJ might move forward to safeguard his better half and betray Sloan considerably more. Days might be making way for EJ and Sloan's next huge fight. Obviously, we ought to likewise call attention to that EJ consented to assist Stephen DiMera with escaping the nation, assuming he consented to an arrangement. Days spoilers propose that could convince EJ to get inside the DiMera protected to recover or stash significant records. DOL fans will review that Sloan bungled the second hereditary report switch, and that implies the child's genuine outcomes are in the safe simply ready to be found. That implies on the off chance that EJ at any point chooses to see that report and harp on the child he might have had, he could get a colossal shock. Consider the possibility that EJ for sure ganders at the outcomes and acknowledges he was never a hereditary counterpart for the child. It could get the wheels turning for EJ as he understands that hereditary report doesn't agree with the first, which must be supplanted when Nicole lost it. EJ is a savvy fellow, so he could arrive at the resolution that Sloan might have manipulated the main hereditary outcomes alongside the underlying paternity test. Furthermore, EJ could begin pondering the way that his own DNA test was tried when Nicole blamed Sloan for taking her child. Whenever EJ has verification that Nicole was never conveying his kid, Days spoilers hint that it could make a huge difference. EJ might start to contemplate whether Nicole was correct from the beginning about messy Sloan taking her child. As such, EJ simply has to find that hereditary report in the protected, and a torrential slide of disclosures could follow. It could raise EJ's doubts to the point of subtly leading a DNA test utilizing Jude and Nicole's examples this time around. Will EJ be the one to break the case? Days of Our Lives spoilers say EJ's protected contains some urgent news, so remain tuned to check whether he'll reveal refreshes on a paternity stunner and draw an obvious conclusion. A stunning passage starts to unfurl as EJ DiMera makes a groundbreaking stride by running another DNA test on youthful Jude. The ramifications of this choice send swells through the texture of Salem, mixing hypothesis and bringing up issues about the legitimacy of past doubts. The town, acquainted with the rhythmic movement of embarrassments, is on the cusp of a disclosure that takes steps to reshape the elements of quite possibly of its most convincing storyline. The stunning section initiates with EJ DiMera, a person known for his cleverness, mind and resolute assurance, choosing to disentangle the secrets encompassing Jude's genealogy. As the test is started, Salem's inhabitants prepare themselves for the expected aftermath, perceiving that the outcomes could have sweeping ramifications for EJ, Nicole, and the unpredictable snare of connections that ties them. Jude, a guiltless youngster trapped amidst the grown-up show, turns into the point of convergence of this account wind. The drama kind, prestigious for its capacity to entwine familial show with the strange, succeeds in making a storyline that pulls at the heartstrings of watchers. The stunning passage welcomes crowds to sympathize with the youthful person whose beginnings are covered in equivocalness. As the new DNA test advances, EJ DiMera starts to think that Nicole might have been correct from the beginning. The stunning section goes off in a strange direction, testing assumptions and acquainting a layer of intricacy with EJ's personality. Salem, a town where insights are frequently subtle, ends up near the precarious edge of a disclosure that could justify past doubts and modify the direction of connections inside the local area. Nicole, a person whose believability has been addressed previously, turns into a focal figure in this unfurling show. The stunning passage investigates the subtleties of trust and disloyalty as EJ wrestles with the acknowledgement that Nicole's doubts could hold merit. Watchers are left as eager and anxious as can be, enthusiastically expecting the close-to-home and social aftermath that goes with the unfolding acknowledgement that reality might have been darkened from the start. Salem, a microcosm of human feelings and interest, turns into the stage for a story bend that digs into the intricacies of familial ties, trust, and the determined quest for truth. The stunning section prompts reflection on the fragile harmony among wariness and conviction, welcoming watchers to scrutinize their own suppositions about the characters entangled in this arresting storyline. The far-reaching influence of EJ's choice to run another DNA test stretches out past the DiMera family, affecting the more extensive elements of Salem's social texture. The stunning passage catches the quintessence of drama narrating, where a solitary disclosure can possibly send shockwaves through the existences of the characters and the town they occupy. As EJ inches nearer to uncovering reality, the expectation constructs, leaving Salem and its inhabitants on the slope of a story crescendo. In this stunning passage, the mind-boggling dance of mysteries, doubts, and the quest for truth comes to the front, exhibiting the drama type's capacity to make convincing and genuinely charged storylines. The disclosure that EJ DiMera might be nearly validating Nicole's intuitions adds a layer of tension and eccentricism, keeping watchers enraptured by the exciting bends in the road that characterize Salem's steadily developing story scene. The stunning passage makes way for a disclosure that could rethink connections, reshape characters, and make a permanent imprint on the town of Salem. Twofold CPR, sublime message, Tate's break-in, Marlena's executioner disclosure. Days of Our Lives uncover that a charming sneak peek cut has been delivered. It highlights Tate Dark, who goes to Holly Jonas' window. Abe Carver and Paulina Cost get a glorious guest. CPS is finished on Trip Johnson and Wendy Shin. Also, Marlena Evans finds John Dark's executioner mysterious. Days of Our Lives. Tate Dark's break-in DOL uncover that Tate will ascend to Holly's window. Tate sees Holly inside sitting on her bed. Tate taps on the window to definitely stand out enough to be noticed. At the point when Holly opens the window, Tate basically jumps inside. Days of Our Lives review, twofold CPR, eminent message, Tate's break-in, Marlena's executioner disclosure. Once in the room, Tate rapidly embraces Holly. Tate discusses how happy he is that Holly is alive. Then, at that point, Tate establishes an energetic kiss on a paralyzed Holly's lips. DOL glorious message. Over at the clinic, Abe and Paulina are getting a sublime guest. It is a holy messenger, whom Abe and Paulina both perceive. With extended eyes, Paulina inquires, "It's you?" Then, Abe inquires as to whether the heavenly messenger is there to take Paulina to the opposite side. Nonetheless, we realize that Paulina will get a supernatural occurrence. The heavenly messenger is purportedly there to convey a message. Days of Our Lives saving Trip Johnson and Wendy Shin. Days of Our Lives spoilers for the 7-day stretch of Walk 11 uncover that the review cut additionally shows Trip and Wendy. Steve Johnson John and Ava Vitali at last track down Trip and Wendy. In any case, they are not responsive. John performs mouth-to-mouth on one prisoner as Steve performs mouth-to-mouth on the other. In the meantime, Ava is deadened with dread and fastens her hands as though she's idiom a quiet supplication. However, fans shouldn't stress over Trip and Wendy's destiny. It is affirmed that the couple have a discussion about Trip's commitment. Wendy presumably is curious as to whether Trip doesn't as a rule mess around with wedding her in the event that they endure the prisoner circumstance. DOL spoilers 7-day stretch of Walk 11. The week after week review cut likewise shows Steve visiting the Jarlina penthouse. Steve recounts the pawn. John is going to enter the penthouse when he stops to pay attention to Steve and Marlena's discussion. Marlena is shaken as she inquires as to whether John killed Constantine Meliunis, John Capello's little girl. After Steve's sensation, John separates inwardly. Which storyline would you say you are anticipating seeing the most during the 7-day stretch of Walk 11? Comings and goings, Ilani leaves Salem, impermanent recast and lead job. Days of Our Lives, DOL, spoilers for the 7-day stretch of Walk 11, 2024 show that there are several projecting changes to know about in the town of Salem. This is the very thing that you want to be aware as one more intriguing 7-day stretch of D.